Hi guys, and welcome back to World of Tanks. And yeah, something a bit different. The IKV 103 HE challenge. Edward had challenged me to basically go in the IKV 103 with the stock gun, firing nothing but HE. So that's what I did. I'm on the press account again because obviously I've got everything on there, and that's where I'm going to be doing these on. And I have seen your other challenges, things like the Chieftain, ONLY H.E and KV2 with just AP ammo, no HE allowed, so I'm going to try and get as many of those done over the sort of coming week or two. Try and get as much footage as I can for those and sort of put them out over the next few weeks, that sort of thing. So here's the first one. And like I said before, the IKV 103 Tier 5 Swedish TD. And it's the stock gun, but everything else is fully upgraded because I've got the middle. I put the middle package on it, which is I think everything upgraded apart from the gun. And with the top gun on this, you actually get two types of heat ammunition. Your standard ammo is heat, and your premium is heat. But this is just HE. Low pen, I think it's something like 50. I want to say 53 pen, but I think it's about 300 damage, something like that. It's quite a hefty gun on this. For such a sort of a lower tier TD, I think it's actually 100 or a 105 mil, something like that. But anyway, it's a fairly hefty caliber. And it says that it's got 12 degrees or minus 12 degrees of gun depression as well. So very good on the ridge lines. Armor is pretty poor, but it's not too bad when you're top tier at a distance. Working a ridgeline, using your full gun depression, it does give you a bit of an angle to your front, but still it's not something you want to rely on. But I did alright in the end, and do you know what, I had some good fun doing it as well, because it wasn't on my account, and you know, see, I'm not bothered about stats, but sometimes it just gets frustrating. You know, when you're trying to grind through stuff, that's when it gets frustrating. When you don't have to, and it's all there for you, you can just have some fun with it. And yeah, I have had some fun with this as well, and it's not been easy, but I've managed to do alright, like I say. It's challenging, but yeah, it was fun, and I think I'm going to have fun doing the other ones as well. But I've also been challenged by Carbide, the console community manager, and also Jack the Ripper. He dropped one in as well. A couple actually. One of them was the Borsig with the big gun, the 15cm, whatever it is, firing nothing but HE. So I'm gonna have a go at that one as well. But yeah, I had some you know, bad games, averaging maybe 400 or 500 damage. But I also had a couple of good games as well when I sort of got a handle on it. It was more getting a handle on the tank itself because I've not been in it yet, and kind of figuring it out. So yeah, like I said, I had a couple of dodgy games. You know, there was one where I only did like about 100 damage, but it was just how the game went. Not many of the team went one way, or they kind of did, but then they fell back, and before I knew it, there was an MT25 on me. And yeah, he just had me. But yeah, this was sort of about third or fourth game in it, and the first one where actually I did alright and kind of got a handle on it. And the next game is another one where I did really well, but not with my own damage, and it's where I've put it on to kind of give you a bit of a tip if you are grinding through this, and you're stuck with that stock gun. You can do alright with HE in it, and you know, I'll sort of show you how in the next one. With this one, I just had to be very careful. There's now only me and a medium over here on my right hand side, and yeah, we kind of, or are the two? No, just him. Yeah, just the medium. And yeah, there's only us over here, and we just sort of support each other basically. Even though I'm only firing HE, I can still give him that support and provide a bit of a distraction as well, because of, you know, HE will damage modules and things like that, and knock out crew members, that sort of thing. It's, you know, it's quite good with that. In fact, I had an RT. I was in my M103, and an RT didn't even hit me. It landed next to me, a high tier RT, tier 9 or 10. And the shell landed in the dirt next to me. Barely took any damage off my tank. You know, it might have been 50 or 100 damage, something like that, but knocked out my gunner and driver, I think it was, or gunner and commander. So that was frustrating. Now, working our way up here. And I've got a bit of assisted as well, which is, if you are having to use one of these and you are just firing H.E, you want to try and go for your assisted if you can. And again, the next replay sort of shows that a bit more. But I'm just trying to, well, I was just trying to hit that top deck where it's a bit thinner, and I don't know if I hit the top deck, I don't know if that penned, but it seemed to take a chunk of his health off. And now I'm going to get up close while he's not looking at me, pop over, oh, yeah, messed up my aim, knocked his tracks off, took a hit in return from him, back off over that ridge. And the medium, he's going to go around, keep circling. Now's my chance. Pop over again, just quick lock on. And the medium takes him out and finishes him off. Yeah, I probably should, probably could have aimed that one a bit better, but I was just trying to be a bit quicker on it. And the only thing with the H.E on this is you've really got to lead the target. They are very slow. You can see it arches because of the slow shell velocity. So you really have to lead your targets, and that was probably the trickier thing to get a handle on with this, was the slow shell velocity of the rounds and leading enough. And my first few matches, I either led too much or didn't lead enough. And one of the matches, in fact, I don't know if it was my first game in it. So my first or my second, and it was on Redshirt, I think it was. I can't remember which variant it was, but anyway, I know it was Redshirt. And didn't hit a damn thing. Fired probably about 10, 11, 12 rounds, something like that, and didn't hit a damn thing, because the accuracy on this is not particularly good. And it was at a bit of a distance. It was a higher tier match, and yeah, just every shot just missed. And I'm not like, this wasn't having to lead moving targets. These were stationary, some of these, and it was just flying randomly all over the place. But this one, well, this is actually a tier 7 match. And I was really surprised that in this little tier 5 TD with my low pen H.E in a tier 7 match, and this is one of the better ones that I had. So yeah, quite happy with this. And now, well, there's not many of the enemy team left. There's just those 3. That T-29, all I've got to do is, if I could, oh, he stopped going backwards. If I could just hit him, the splash should take him out. But somebody else does before I can get there, and the medium drops behind the rocks, and he's the only one left. I don't think I'm going to get across there to actually get any more damage done. Nope, he's done. There you go. Not brilliant damage-wise, I don't think, but just over 1100, nearly 1200, 500 assisted, and it got me an ace tanker as well, so I was quite chuffed with that one. That was the first one I actually did alright in it, and I think, like I say, that was maybe my 4th, 5th match in it, something like that. And the first one where I actually did over 1000 damage. Before that, it was sort of, like I say, averaging sort of 400 or 500 with the H.E, just because I was hitting stuff but not penning. And second match for you, tier 5 this one, so top tier, about half and half. Oh no, there's a couple of tier 3s down at the bottom. We do lose somebody early on, a Blitzen I think it is. I'm not quite sure what happens, but if you keep an eye on the battle messages. Oh, there he is, just seen him over on the left, driving straight into the water. I don't know if he was trying to drive through it, or if he was just trying to kill himself. I'm trying to see if he's moving on the map. Yeah, that could have been an accident. And at some point as well, I think the enemy team lose a Stewart, I think, possibly. I didn't remember seeing it coming up on the battle messages as I was in game, but I'm pretty sure at the end of it, on the sort of results on who died, who you hit and everything else, I'm pretty sure there was one that said that they drowned themselves. So I'm going to try and keep an eye on the battle messages and see when that actually happens. Now, with this one, and I'm just starting to get a handle on the lead that you need. That was a bit too much, but I still clipped his tracks, knocked him off, and yeah, he's done. And this was a couple of matches, I think, after that one, that last one. And this is the one that I want to show you. Like I say, if you are stuck in this tank, and see, I must admit, I didn't pay attention to what the AP did. I just, put the package on the tank, loaded up with H.E ammo. In fact, it was already loaded up. And I didn't even look at the AP, so I don't know how effective the AP is on the stock gun on this. So I do apologise for that. That's just bad on my part. But if you are in this one, you are grinding through it, and depending on what the AP is like. But if you are having to fire HE for whatever reason, your best bet is to go for the assist. Knock tracks off. If it's stuff that you know you can't pen, I mean there is stuff down here that you can pen with that penetration on the HE of this. There are a few things, and when you do hit them and pen them, you will give them a very bad day. As that TD has just found out. I'm pretty sure that one penned. Although, having said that, I think if it had penned, it probably would have taken more damage, more health off him. But yeah, you can give people a bad day. I've, one shot some light tanks and things, and you can have fun with it. But otherwise, if it's something you can't pen, go for the tracks. If you're bottom tier, go for the tracks. Go for those tracks. Knock them out. You get the immobilization. Yeah, that one didn't pen, but still 120 damage, knocked his tracks off, and now the rest of the team is shooting aim, and I'm getting some lovely assisted points, and that's the way to do well, or the easier way to do well in this tank, firing HE. Because as you can see, I mean, I look all over the front of this KV-1, I've got no chance of penning him, so I think I just decide to just start spamming it at him really, and knock his other track off and do a bit of splash damage. And again, I'm just racking up those assisted points. I've got a little Hetze. If I could hit him in the side, that could be a good one. Oh, no, didn't pen, but still knocked his tracks off. 105 damage done. And now he's getting taken apart by allies. And I don't quite manage to get the last shot in, but again, it's built up a nice bit of assisted. This Marder, well, the accuracy on this is crap, and I just can't quite hit that Marder. He is still sat there, he's not moving, but it just doesn't want to let me hit him. And this is basically where it just starts falling apart for our team. Just keep an eye on the battle messages, keep an eye on the sort of team list at the top, or the sort of team indicators at the top. And as you can see, we've lost the hill, even though most of the team went that way. I say most of it, about just over a third, nearly half of the team I think went up that way, although a few did hang around back down here that really could have done with going up that way, but it just starts to fall apart here, and this is where it starts going a bit wrong. But I've got some spotting assisted there as well, which is, I was going to say, kind of unusual. However, the heavy that's up there is the other side of that rock. I would have thought that it had been within sort of proximity spotting though, so I was surprised that I got that one. But now I'm going to pull back. You see, there's not much I can do for that heavy sitting there. I need to pull back out of the way. It's not got bad camo on it, this. Could be better, could be worse, but it's not bad. But if I can just pull back, use a ridge line, I might be able to do a bit more, but it's just finding a shot and hitting them without getting spotted. Unfortunately, I have been, and take a hit from that bloody Marder that I was trying to take out earlier. Pull back a bit more, drop off radar, try that ridge line again. If I do though, I'm going to have to pop up, try and lock on and fire very quickly. Yeah, being seen, taking a risk, a big risk here, and yeah, get hit in the back, get tracked. Yeah, it was a bit, well, I've not got my repair kit anymore, so I had to wait for my tracks to get back up. Tried to just get the last shot on that T-34, but wasn't happening, and he took me down. And that was it. So again, not great my own damage, but 1100 assisted and 600 of my own damage as well, or well 670, and yeah, that's it. That's how you sort of do alright in that one. Firing HE is go for the assisted. But it was hard work, but it was good fun, and I think I'm going to enjoy the rest of these. But anyway, there you go. I hope you've enjoyed that. Anyway, I'll be back with another video. Like I say, I'm going to be playing catch up, so it'll be a bit all over the place this week, sort of uploaded here and there. But anyway, until next time, take care of that, and I'll catch you later. No, take care of that, and I'll catch you next time. See you later. That's the right one.